get better?
Yeah, he's definitely pushing them. I think they all have a lot. I think our football team, not just our defensive front, have a lot of faith in Sully. Just because of the way he goes about things, and the progress he made in the spring.
Thanks, guys.
Coach, how do you feel about your depth going into fall camp and the youth in the mix of the old guys?
Yeah,
it's kind of an ideal situation.
Well, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, especially on the edge, because we have the three true seniors, no one in between, 3 true freshmen that got here in January. Now, I have a lot of faith in those guys, but they've never walked on the field in a college football game, and then they've never played in the SEC. So it's nerve-wracking, but at the same time, I got a lot of confidence in them. I think hopefully they'll just go play.
Do they strike you as guys that are mentally ready for this?
They
for
do.
This game?
Matayo Soli, he's special. Zach Williams, Eric Gregory, they all bring something special to the table. I think they're really practicing with a lot of confidence. And so if we can carry that over and have some success early in the season and them have some success, it'll make all the difference in the world.
How do you feel like they've just grasped the defense so far with the few number of hours they
all
can have?
3 of them are very intelligent. So they've been able, they're not only, smart and do a great job in the classroom, but they do a good job football-wise too, because they pick up things easy.
The 3 guys, I think, Zach Williams is up to like 230 or something. Where would you like him to be at peak?
Well, when you talk about peak, that'll be his senior year. So maybe by his senior year, he's 250 pounds or more. I think Zach has a huge frame, great length. His arms are long. That's what you're always looking for. And he doesn't have a clue, I don't think, how big he can be and how big he will be when it's over. When you're talking about a 17, 18-year-old young man, and then all at once you hit 20 and you start putting the weight on, then it never comes back off.
Coach,
Look at me.
It's a line of scrimmage league. I mean, you're talking about guys that on your team, John Marshall, Sosa, TJ. They played a lot of football. With their senior leadership, I mean, they've been through a lot. Talk about that senior group. I had a chance to go to SEC Media Day and talking to Scooter and those guys, especially defensively. There's a different type of urgency. I mean, do you guys sense that in
Yes.
leading up to fall camp?
I think we saw it starting in spring practice. They started buying into us, into what we stood for, and then they started becoming a closer knit group of guys, just like you brought up right there. To me, what we have to do is we got to keep carrying that on. We got to build on it each day. I mean, obviously there are going to be some setbacks, but we're going to have to stay the course, trust us, and I think that's the biggest thing. We have to trust them, and they have to trust us, and we're so much closer than we were this time last year.
So are you working with Isaiah Nichols?
Coach Ingram actually has the inside guys. I work with the outside guys. I mean, we work together a lot.
Okay, I got you. Just as far as Coach Ingram goes, the passion that he brings to the job, what can you say about what?
Well, I think he's a great asset to our program in a lot of different ways, and spiritually and football-wise. I coach Coach Ingram at Arkansas State, so that makes it a pretty special relationship. He says I've calmed down a little bit, so I think that's good too. But yeah, he's doing a great job, and I think for our guys, he's the right fit.
Dorian Gerald came in last year with a lot of high expectations. He was kind of out of shape, so it took him a while to get going. Do you feel like he's at that breakout point going into the season?
I'm anxious to get to fall practice and find out. I do. I think he came out of spring practice a lot better football player and playing with more confidence. And he seems to have built even more confidence this summer working because of his strength level. I mean, Lord, he got here and he'd never done squats in his life, so it was a whole different world. And so he's got to carry that to the field now. I think Dorian is typical of our whole football team. What Dorian needs is some success. And if we can have success and build on that, I think you'll see this football team do well.
I heard you guys went on a fishing trip not too long ago.
I didn't fish. I just watched them.
How much fun was that?
It was fun. We had a great time. It was we got a lot of work done, and I think that was the point where we could get away from everything, sit down and have some good meetings with no disturbance. And then once we got those over with, we went out and enjoyed the afternoon.